Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Nicole Gauthier. She's with the University of Kentucky, plant pathologist there. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
Now, Nicole, Kentucky weather can sometimes be deceiving. We have really pretty days, but there's still time for a cold snap. And so as the vegetable gardeners think about planting their home garden, there probably needs to be a little bit of planning in that.
That's right. So as we see these really nice days, we should use them to plan and not to plant. It is still early. I am always the early planter as well, but I encourage everybody to just back up a little bit and do a lot of planning. That is the most critical step if you're going to have a harvest this summer.
Absolutely. And we get all these garden catalogs in the mail. I get excited as well. And we think about buying all these different things to plant, but we have to have the space and we have to know rotationally what we need to plant. So there is a lot of planning that needs to go on paper before it actually goes in the ground.
That's right. So again, as a plant pathologist, I think exclusively about diseases because that's just what I do. And in terms of plant diseases, vegetables are highly susceptible to a range of diseases. But when you talk about rotations, that focus is on soil-borne diseases. And those are the ones that survive in the soil and can overwinter in the soil. They're typically root or crown diseases. So that's why we rotate, because we're actually moving our plants so that we don't get the buildup of those soil-borne pathogens. Soil-borne pathogens start out very low population levels. And as we give them food to eat, our favorite vegetables, then they build up from year to year. So a 3-year rotation is what I always recommend. So divide your garden plots into 3 and try to rotate every year or in 3-year blocks so that you don't have the same crop family in the same plot more than once in 3 years.
And I think some people might be surprised, like tomatoes and peppers, they are basically in the same crop family. And so they're not alike, but those type of things we need to pay attention to.
Absolutely. So get out the paper and draw it out and try to rotate as much as possible within those crop families. And we do have a lot of publications out there that home gardeners can reference. And of course, we have county agents in all of our counties, and county agents are more than happy to help homeowners plan their gardens.
Absolutely. Now, when we're talking about planting our gardens, if we didn't sanitize our gardens last fall and get all of the material out, is it too late to do that? Do we still need to focus on that?
It's never too late to have a sanitation program. So just like I tell everyone, just like we clean our houses and we keep our personal spaces clean, our gardens need to be clean. So during the season, clipping off anything that's diseased, after the season, getting things out, and then another once over before planting. If there are soil-borne disease problems, to till in. And some people go with more of the no-till or low-till, or they put in a cover crop and they try to direct seed. If you have a soil-borne disease problem, you will till, but sanitation, absolutely critical. And that means roguing anything that's diseased during the year. Never drop your clippings down on the ground between rows. Get it out and get it as far away as possible, because fungi in particular will overwinter in debris and they will splash right back up onto healthy plants in spring. Some diseases will show up every year. Early blight of tomato, septoria leaf spot of tomato. We're always going to have those diseases, no doubt. And other diseases we don't have every year. So knowing what you had, and again, communicating with your county agent, knowing what you had, and then to be able to have either a spray schedule or some kind of resistant cultivar to help reduce that disease in the coming year. So diseases are really predictable, and our goal in managing diseases is to have a preventative program to keep that infection from occurring.
Absolutely. And then if you're out in your garden and you see something that might not look right, getting some attention to that immediately, just so that if it is something that we need to do later, we can stop that early or hopefully slow it down.
Fungicides will not cure, but they can suppress. I highly encourage, though, a preventative program to help avoid those losses in the first place.
Absolutely. And we have all this information available for you at the Extension office, or it's available on our website. So if you have any questions, make sure to contact your local Extension office.